Welcome to the 2017 Blue Danube Dream Cruise. You're invited to join Riccardo and Tony Falacci on this once-in-a-lifetime adventure, experiencing the beauty and majesty of one of the most legendary waterways in the world. For this trip, they're bringing their closest friends that they've made their many years of directing tours of Europe, as we travel from Munich, Germany to Budapest, Hungary over 10 unforgettable days. Our home for 8 of those 10 days will be the cruise liner Amadeus Brilliant. The Brilliant is owned and operated by Lufthansa Cruises, who maintains one of the newest fleets of ships on the European waterways. And the tour package is offered through Wherever Tours, where your dreams are our destination. Now, before getting to the details of the itinerary, let's take a closer look at the ship and its accommodations. The Amadeus Brilliant is one of 14 sister ships designed specifically for cruising the rivers of Europe. It was built in 2011 and consists of 4 decks, the uppermost Sun deck and the Mozart, Strauss, and Haydn decks. Looking at a side diagram, along with an overview, the width or breadth of the ship measures 37.5 feet, while the distance from the front or bow of the ship to the rear or stern is 361 feet. To put that into perspective, that's 1 foot longer than a regulation American football field. Take a look at some of the onboard features of the Amadeus Brilliant, starting with the Sun deck. The entire deck is designed for recreational activity, and yes, it has a shuffleboard court just like any cruise ship. Here we have the Lido Bar, which will undoubtedly become my favorite location. The remainder of the deck will be the place to go for breathtaking views and late-night partying, and we're not going to worry about waking the neighbors. The Mozart deck is the uppermost enclosed level. It includes the panorama observation deck on the bow and the panorama bar, definitely the social center of the week. So stay thirsty, my friends. There is also an elevator, called a lift in Europe, that services the Mozart, Strauss, and Haydn decks. Midship on the Mozart deck are the Amadeus Luxury Suites, which we'll discuss in a moment. Moving towards the stern are the deluxe cabins. All suites and cabins on the Mozart and Strauss decks come with French balconies. At the stern we find the Amadeus Club Lounge, which has an internet station and is an ideal location for reading or quiet socializing. We bring our appetite down to the Strauss deck and the Panorama restaurant. As many as 6 meals per day will be served on board, so stay hungry, my friends. Center deck is the reception area, the gateway for boarding and disembarking. Here you'll also find the gift shop. Deluxe passenger cabins fill out the rest of the Strauss deck. The lowermost deck is the Haydn deck, where you'll find the massage room, the fitness center, and the ship's hairdresser. We also find a few passenger cabins which will be reserved primarily for support staff during the tour. Rooms on the Haydn deck do not have French balconies, only small windows. Now let's take a look at the passenger cabins. With only 8 available rooms, the Amadeus Mozart suites provide the utmost in onboard luxury. Spacious rooms, extended balconies with an ideal viewing, and large sitting areas highlight the amenities. Other special services will be provided to those who choose to travel in one of these first-class cabins. Available on the Mozart and Strauss decks are the deluxe rooms. All deluxe rooms are the same size and have the same features, including French balconies. The only difference is the view. Because of its elevation, rooms on the Mozart deck will have a better vantage point while cruising, virtually the same view as the luxury suites. This can be significant because each passenger on the cruise will be equipped with a GPS-powered device that will provide detailed information of the region and sites around them, wherever they are. Now that you know some of the facts of the ship, let's take a few minutes and imagine yourself on board the Amadeus Brilliant.
time, over the horizon, wondering what we will find. Wallowing in peace and freedom seldom felt before, awaiting the most beautiful places to explore.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed your virtual cruise aboard the Amadeus Brilliant, centerpiece for the 2017 Blue Danube Dream Cruise, presented by Riccardo and Tony Fallaci. Now let's look at the beautiful and wonderful places this magnificent vessel will be taking us. On day one, we depart from the United States for an overnight flight to Munich, Germany. In preparation for this day, travelers will need to ensure that the passports are up to date. Check that the passport expiration date is at least 6 months beyond the scheduled date of return. Upon arrival on day 2, we'll be met at the airport by one of our hosts who will have arranged motor coach transportation to our hotel. On the way to the hotel, our driver will take us on an overview tour of Munich, the third largest city in Germany and capital city of the state of Bavaria. We'll have plenty of time to clean up and rest up before our evening's activities. Our night begins with a stroll through the Marienplatz Square in the heart of the city. From there, we'll proceed to the world-famous Hofbrauhaus for a high-spirited traditional Bavarian celebration, complete with dinner with a wide variety of sausages. We'll have live entertainment and, of course, beer. Lots and lots of beer. Ricardo promises to have a beer with each and every one of you before retiring back to our hotel. After breakfast on day 3, buses will transport us to Passau, Germany, where we'll meet the Amadeus Brilliant. But along the way, we'll be diverted to Salzburg, Austria. The historic center of this city is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Throughout history, it has remained one of the cultural centers of Europe and has given rise to many significant artists, scientists, and musicians, most noteworthy among them Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Salzburg is also the setting for the 1966 movie musical The Sound of Music with Julie Andrews. A walking tour of this magical city will highlight our day. We may even catch a glimpse of some very famous people along the way. From Salzburg, we continue on to Passau to board the Amadeus Brilliant, our home for the next 7 nights. Once aboard, we will be introduced to the crew and enjoy a welcome drink with our cruise director. As the ship departs port for Regensburg, we'll be treated to an elegant dinner hosted by the captain, followed by entertainment and dancing as we cruise. We awake on day 4 in Regensburg, Germany. Regensburg is another UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's one of the oldest cities in Germany, dating back to Roman times. Some of the first settlements in Regensburg actually date back to the Stone Age. We'll be taking a walking tour of this picturesque town, where we can't miss the towering St. Peter's Cathedral, the stone bridge, built in the 12th century, the 3-story painting of David and Goliath, just to name a few. You'll have plenty of free time to browse the many shops in town. During the day, at any time, you can return to the ship for meals or relaxation. There'll be entertainment and libation all day, every day. Later that evening, we leave Regensburg. Dinner and partying will once again be the order of business as we cruise our way back to Passau. The morning of day 5 finds us in Passau, Germany, the city of 3 rivers, so called because of the confluence of the Inn, the Ilz, and the Danube rivers to form the Greater Danube. It's interesting because worldwide it's very unusual to see 3 major waterways merge in the exact same location. After our morning stay in Passau, the ship sets sail for Linz, Austria. This will be our first occasion to cruise during the daytime. All activities and some surprises on board will be in full force. En route, the ship passes through the Schlagener Schlinge, one of the boldest features of the Danube River. Millions of years of tectonic activity have caused the river to fold into a double hairpin turn, giving amazing views of the surrounding landscapes before arriving in Linz. Linz was chosen as a European Capital of Culture in 2009 and is a member of the UNESCO Creative Cities Network as a city of media arts. As you stroll the Hauptplatz, make sure you try a Linzer Torte, which claims to be the oldest cake recipe in the world. Dinner, dancing, wine, beer, and special entertainment on board the Brilliant will round out the day's activities. The overnight cruising brings us to Melk and the Wachau Valley in northern Austria. On this day 6 of our adventure, we will tour the towering Melk Abbey. The abbey was built between 1702 and 1736. Belonging to the Benedictine order, Melk Abbey is among the largest and most beautiful monasteries on earth. There will be time afterwards to explore the shops and bistros of this quaint little town. Then we reboard the ship and spend the rest of the day cruising the beautiful Wachau Valley. We may even make some unscheduled stops along the way to visit a couple of medieval towns that, for centuries, have literally relied on the resources of the Danube for their existence. It's a day filled with many planned activities, including a book signing with Tony Fallaci and Stephanie Chance, who we'll get to meet later in the presentation. Or you can just kick back and relax as we make our way to our evening's destination in one of my favorite cities in the world, Vienna, Austria. After dinner, you can enjoy the festivities on the ship, or you can feel free to leave the ship and explore the nightlife of this most beautiful of European cities. The Brilliant remains in port overnight in Vienna. On day 7, we'll spend a full day in Vienna. Our coaches will be running shuttles from various points of interest throughout the city. First on the agenda, our guides will bring us to Hofburg Palace and the Spanish Riding School, where we may catch a glimpse of the world-famous Lippenzaner stallions. At the time of this presentation, the 2017 schedule had not yet been released, but there may be a chance that performance tickets may be available for purchase to the 11 a.m. show. Although the show is not included with the tour, those who are registered for the cruise will be notified, so those who wish to attend can purchase tickets in advance. The rest of our day will include stops at the Austrian Parliament, the Schönberg Palace, Stephanplatz, and the St. Stephen's Cathedral, the Burj Theater, and the Vienna Opera House. Showing this evening at the Opera House is the opera Werther, written by Jules Massenet, and which premiered 125 years ago in the Vienna Court Opera, now known as the Vienna State Opera. There again will be limited opportunities to purchase advance tickets to this historic performance, and registered guests once again will be informed as soon as seating becomes available. After attendees return from the opera, the Brilliant will depart port with the late-night dining and partying all night. The next morning, we wake up in Bratislava, the capital city of Slovakia, to begin day 8. We'll have a walking tour of the city, and then have plenty of time to explore, shop, or just lounge around and enjoy the activities and food on the ship. We'll remain in port, not far from the center of the city for the remainder of the day. Tonight, your captain invites you for a gala dinner as your ship sails on to Hungary. There'll be dinner and dancing all evening, of course. On day 9, for most of the morning, we'll enjoy the final leg of the cruise along the Danube. We sail on to Budapest, enjoying the beautiful scenery of the Hungarian countryside. In the afternoon, our ship arrives in Budapest. From the water, you'll have fascinating view of the splendid skyline of the city. Impressive buildings on both sides, which you can visit during our city tour tomorrow. During your last evening on board, we'll bid goodbye to the captain and his crew and enjoy some lively Hungarian folklore dancing after our farewell dinner. As a grand finale, we'll take an illuminations cruise around the city. The ship remains in port overnight in Budapest. After breakfast on day 10, we'll say ciao to our ship and crew. Our luggage will be transported to the hotel for our final night. We'll have a full-day tour of the city of Buda and Pest. On our last day, we bid our final farewell to all the new friends that we've made during our wonderful vacation, many of whom we'll meet again on future tours. People like Stephanie Chance, owner of Decorate Ornate, and author of Mamma Mia! Americans Invade Italy, and Beautiful Seductions. Both books are on the New York Times bestseller list. Mamma Mia! Chronicles her adventures and hijinks with Tony, her longtime friend and travel associate. Together, they will host a book signing party on board the Amadeus Brilliant during our cruise. And if you're interested, they'll be hosting a Botox makeover. Tony says that it's changed his life. We hope you enjoyed this preview of the 2017 Blue Danube Dream Cruise. As you see, it promises to be an unforgettable vacation. So if you're interested in joining Ricardo, Tony, and all their friends for this once-in-a-lifetime adventure on board the Amadeus Brilliant, please contact your travel professional at Wherever Tours, 800-585-5262. This is an important announcement. All of the deluxe cabins on the Mozart deck have been reserved. Deluxe cabins on the Strauss deck are still available in limited quantities. Confirmed passengers on the Strauss deck may request an upgrade to the Mozart deck in the event of any future cancellations. Contact Wherever Tours for further details.